Let's start with what's actually happening under your scalp right now. Most guys think that hair just grows like grass, but that's not how it works at all. Your hair follows a very specific cycle, and here's the kicker. Understanding this cycle is the difference between throwing money at random products and actually seeing results. Okay, the first phase is called anagen. Your hair follicle is like a little factory pumping out new hair cells. For scalp hair, this lasts 2 to 7 years, and that's why some guys can grow their hair down to their waist and others, like myself, max out at shoulder length. But here's what nobody tells you. The length of your anagen phase is mostly genetic. So if your dad's hair stopped growing at 6 inches, yours probably will too. That's not hair loss, that's just your natural cycle. Next is catagen, the transition phase. This lasts about 2 weeks. Your follicle basically says, okay, I'm done for now, and starts shutting down production. The hair then detaches from the blood supply. And finally, we have telogen. Excuse my chicken scratch. Telogen is the resting phase, and this can last between 3 to 4 months. Your hair is just sitting there, waiting to fall out, and when it does fall out, a new hair should start growing in its place. Should being the key word. Okay, this right here, this is normal. That's why you lose about 100 hairs a day, but you don't go bald, because new ones are constantly replacing them. See, your hair follicles can go into what I call hibernation mode. They're not dead, they're just sleeping. And there are 3 main reasons why this happens. DHT. Okay, first up, DHT, Dihydrotestosterone. This is the big one. It's a hormone that your body makes from testosterone. And for some guys, their hair follicles are super sensitive to this. Think of DHT like a bully that shows up on your follicle's door every day. At first, your follicle can handle it, but over time, it gets worn down. The hair gets thinner, the growth phase gets shorter, and eventually the follicle just gives up. This is what we call androgenic alopecia, male pattern baldness, and it affects about 50% of guys over the age of 50. Next up, inflammation. This is the second reason, chronic inflammation. Your scalp is supposed to be in this healthy environment where follicles can thrive. But stress, poor diet, lack of sleep, even tight hats, all of this can create inflammation. And inflamed follicles are like trying to grow a garden in polluted soil. It's just not going to work very well. Third, we've got poor circulation. Your hair follicles need nutrients and oxygen to function. They get this through tiny blood vessels in your scalp, but as we age, or if we have poor circulation, these vessels can become less efficient. It's like trying to water your plants with a knotted up hose. The water's there, but it's just not getting through. Now, here is the thing that blew my mind when I first learned this. Most guys have all 3 of these issues all at once. They're dealing with DHT sensitivity, inflammation, and poor circulation. No wonder that expensive shampoo didn't work, right? But you can't just attack one problem. You need a comprehensive approach. I call it the 3-pillar framework. Block DHT. Now, I'm not a doctor, so I can't tell you to take finasteride or anything like that. But there are natural DHT blockers that have shown promise in studies. Saw palmetto, pumpkin seed oil, green tea extract. They help create an environment where DHT has less impact on your follicles. Pillar 2, calm the inflammation. This is where lifestyle comes in big time. Getting better sleep, managing stress, eating anti-inflammatory foods. But you can also use topical ingredients like rosemary oil, which has been shown in studies to be as effective as 2% minoxidil for hair growth, or turmeric, which is a powerful anti-inflammatory. Pillar 3, blood flow. This is where scalp massage comes in. 5 minutes a day of gentle massage can increase blood flow to your follicles up to 69%. Nice. You can also use ingredients like peppermint oil or ginkgo biloba that naturally improve circulation. But here's the key. You need all 3 pillars working together. It's not just enough to block DHT if your scalp is inflamed. It's not enough to improve circulation if DHT is still attacking your follicles. This is why most single ingredient solutions fail. They're only addressing one piece of the puzzle.
That's the puzzle.
All right, let's start with the basics. DHT stands for dihydrotestosterone. I know, it sounds like something from a chemistry textbook, right? But stick with me. Think of DHT as testosterone's bigger, stronger, more aggressive older brother. Your body naturally converts about 10% of your testosterone into DHT every single day. And here's the kicker. DHT is actually 5 times more potent than regular testosterone. Now, DHT isn't inherently evil. During puberty, it's what gave you that deeper voice, body hair, and helped develop your masculine features. But as we get older, especially for us dads, dealing with stress, lack of sleep, and let's be honest, too much takeout, DHT starts causing problems. Here's where it gets interesting. DHT loves to bind to receptors in your hair follicles, particularly on the top and front of your scalp. And when it does, it's like putting a slow acting poison on your follicles. It shrinks them, weakens them, and eventually chokes them out completely. But here's what most people don't understand, and this is crucial. DHT levels aren't the same everywhere on your scalp. The hair on the back and the sides of your head, those follicles are basically DHT resistant. That's why even guys with severe balding still have hair around the sides. It's like those follicles have natural armor. The real question isn't how do I block DHT? The real question is why is my body producing so much DHT in the first place? See, your body doesn't just randomly decide to flood your scalp with DHT. There's always a reason. And for most of us busy dads, it comes down to 3 main culprits. First up, chronic stress. And I'm not talking about the occasional bad day at work. I'm talking about constant low-level stress that comes with being a dad, a husband, a provider. Your kids are screaming, your boss is demanding, your wife needs help with the dishes, and you haven't had a full night's sleep since you became a dad. When you're chronically stressed, your body pumps out cortisol. Cortisol has this nasty habit of increasing the activity of enzyme, 5-alpha reductase, that converts testosterone into DHT. It's like stress is literally telling your body, hey, let's make more of that hair killing hormone. Well, I don't know why it has that accent. Second, inflammation. This one's huge, and most guys have no idea when your scalp is inflamed, whether from poor diet, environmental toxins, or just general poor health. It creates the perfect storm for DHT to do maximum damage. It's like your follicles are already weakened and then the DHT comes in for the finishing blow. And third, nutrient deficiencies. Guys, when is the last time you actually paid attention to what you're eating? I mean, really paid attention. Most of us guys are running on coffee, protein bars, and whatever we can grab in between meetings. But your hair follicles need specific nutrients to stay strong and resist DHT damage. Without them, it's like trying to fight a battle with a broken weapon. All right, so now that you understand what's really going on, let's talk solutions. And I'm not going to sugarcoat this. There's no magic pill. There's no magic pill that's going to give you that full head of hair overnight. But there are proven natural approaches that can make a real difference. First, let's talk about natural DHT blockers. And before you roll your eyes thinking that I'm about to sell you some BS miracle supplement, hear me out. There are actually foods and natural compounds that can help reduce DHT production. Pumpkin seed oil, for example, there's actual research showing it can help block DHT. Saw palmetto is another one. It works by inhibiting that 5-alpha reductase enzyme I mentioned earlier. Green tea, specifically the compound EGCG, has been shown to reduce DHT levels as well. But here's the thing, and this is where most people go wrong. You can't just pop a saw palmetto pill and expect miracles. You need to address the root causes that we talked about. That means managing your stress. I know, easier said than done when you've got 3 kids and a mortgage, but even small changes matter. Maybe it's 10 minutes of meditation in the morning. Maybe it's actually taking that lunch break instead of eating at your desk. And maybe it's saying no to that extra project that's going to keep you up at midnight. It means reducing inflammation, cut back on the processed foods, and more omega-3s in your diet. Consider anti-inflammatory herbs like turmeric. And for the love of all that's holy, drink more water. Your scalp is skin, and dehydrated skin is inflamed skin. And it means giving your follicles the nutrients that they actually need. We're talking about biotin, zinc, iron, vitamin D, but not just any supplements. Quality matters. Most of the stuff you find at the grocery store is basically expensive urine. Here's the thing that most guys don't know. Losing about 100 hairs a day, that's normal. But when stress kicks in, you can lose 300 or more every single day. And it doesn't happen right away either. That's the sneaky part. You go through something stressful. Maybe you got laid off. Maybe you had surgery. Maybe you just had your second kid and you haven't slept in 3 months. And then 2 to 3 months later, boom, your hair starts falling out like crazy. And by that time, you've forgotten about the stressful event. So you're sitting there thinking, what the heck's going on with me? What's wrong? Nothing's wrong with you, man. Your body's just responding to what happened months ago. All right, let's talk about what's going on under the hood. Your hair grows in cycles. Think of it like seasons. There's the growth season. That's called anagen. Your hair's just vibing, growing about half an inch a month, doing its thing. Then there's the transition season, catagen. Hair stops growing. It takes a little break. And then there's the resting season, telogen. Your hair's just chilling, not growing, not doing a whole lot. And after a few months, it falls out to make room for new hair. Now, when you get stressed, your body pumps out hormones called cortisol. Cortisol is like your body's alarm system. It's supposed to help you deal with danger. But here's the problem. Your body can't tell the difference between I'm being chased by a bear and I have 47 unread emails and my toddlers just drew on the wall with permanent marker. Yeah, I'm still mad about that one. So it treats both the same way. Alarm bells everywhere. And when cortisol levels stay high for too long, it tells your hair follicles, hey, we don't have energy for hair right now. Shut it down. I don't know why it sounds that way. So a bunch of your hairs that were supposed to keep growing, they get shoved into the resting phase early. And 2 to 3 months later, they all fall out at once. Researchers at Harvard actually figured out the exact pathway for this. When stress hormones spike, they block a molecule called GAS6. And GAS6 is the wake up and grow signal for your hair follicles. No GAS6, your follicles stay asleep. And sleeping follicles don't make hair. So let's talk about the lifestyle stuff that actually moves the needle. Number one, sleep. I know. You've got kids, you got work, you got a million things going on. But if you're only getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night, your cortisol levels are gonna stay sky high. I still struggle with this myself, actually. And high cortisol means that your hair stays in the resting phase. You don't need to be perfect, but you do need to aim for 7 to 8 hours most nights. And if you can't get all of that at once, try taking a 20-minute nap during the day, if possible. Number 2, move your body. Oh my God. Exercise is one of the best ways to lower cortisol. You don't need to go to the gym for 2 hours. You don't need to run a marathon. Just go for a walk. 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Go outside, get some sunlight, and move. It clears your head, it lowers stress hormones, and it improves blood flow, including to your scalp. Number 3, breathe. I'm serious. Most of us are walking around taking shallow breaths all day, which keeps our nervous system in that fight or flight mode. Try this. Breathe in 4 counts. Hold for 4 counts. Breathe out for 4 counts. Hold for 4 counts. Do that for 2 minutes. It's called box breathing, and it's one of the fastest ways to calm your nervous system and lower cortisol. Look, I'm not saying that you need to become a monk and meditate for 3 hours a day, but if you can add just 1 or 2 of these habits into your routine, you're going to see a difference. If you want to put this into practice, I use the Main Growth Elixir, a natural blend that I built to support scalp health and long-term growth. You can find it linked below. Try consistently for 90 days. If it's not for you, you get your money back. Here's what most guys do wrong the moment that they notice their hairline. They panic by, I'm serious. The second a guy notices his temples creeping back or his crown thinning out, he's on Amazon at 11 p.m. ordering every hair growth serum, foam, and miracle oil that he can find. I know because I did that. I had a drawer that looked like CVS exploded in it. Rogaine, some random brand from Turkey, a crappy laser comb that cost me $200. And you know what happened? Nothing. Well, actually, my scalp got irritated, my wallet got lighter, and my hairline kept doing its thing. But here's the truth. Buying products before you understand what's happening is like trying to fix your car engine with duct tape. You might feel productive, but you're not solving the problem. So before you spend another dollar, you need to answer these 3 questions. Number 1, where are you on the hair loss scale? Number 2, what's actually causing your hair to thin? And number 3, is your scalp even ready to grow hair? Your scalp is the soil. Your hair is the crop. If the soil is dry, inflamed, clogged, or nutrient deprived, nothing's going to grow. It doesn't matter how much Rogaine that you put on there. Most guys have scalp issues and they don't even know it. Dandruff, buildup from hair products, inflammation from stress, a poor blood flow because they never massaged their scalp. Here's what I did wrong for years. I focused on my hair. I should have been focusing on my scalp. So here's what you need to do right now. And I mean like this week. Step 1, clean your scalp properly. Use a sulfite-free shampoo. Wash 2 to 3 times a week. Don't overwash, don't underwash. And when you wash, actually massage your scalp with your fingertips for 2 to 3 minutes. This increases blood flow. Step 2, exfoliate your scalp once a week, bare minimum. Dead skin oil and product buildup clog your follicles. You can use a scrub or even a soft brush. Just get that junk out of there. Step 3, hydrate and nourish. Your scalp needs moisture and nutrients, just like your face does. This is where a good oil or a serum come in, but only after you've cleaned and prepped the area. All right, here are 3 things that you can do today, right now even, to stop your hairline from getting worse. Action number 1, take a progress photo. I'm serious. Go to the bathroom, turn on the light, take a photo of your hairline and your crown. Same angle, same lighting. Save it. Do this every 2 weeks because hair growth is slow. Without photos, you'll think that nothing's happening. But when you compare week 1 to week 12, you'll actually see the difference. Action number 2, start massaging your scalp 5 minutes. That's all it takes. Use your fingertips, make circular motions, increase blood flow. This costs you nothing and it works. Action number 3, stop using harsh shampoos. If your shampoo has sulfates, ditch it. Those chemicals strip your scalp and make everything worse. Switch to something gentle and sulfate-free. Now, here's the thing about stage 2 and stage 3 that most guys don't realize. There's a window, a fork in the road, and most men blow right past it without even knowing it exists. See, when you're at stage 2, your follicles, they aren't dead yet. They're just shrinking. They're miniaturizing. And if you catch them during the process, you can actually reverse it. But if you wait until stage 4 or 5, those follicles have been dormant for so long that waking them back up is a whole different battle. So here's the thing. You can't see the top of your head, obviously, right? Unless you're holding up your phone like you're taking a selfie with the ceiling, or you've got a mirror behind you at the barbershop, that crown is basically invisible to you. But everyone else, they see it. Your kids see it when you're helping them with their homework. Your wife sees it when you're sitting on the couch. That guy behind you in the line at the grocery store, yeah, he sees it too. And that's the cool part about crown thinning. By the time that you notice it, it's already been months, maybe even a year or 2. I remember the first time that I realized my crown was thinning. My wife and I were on this beach trip. This was before we had kids. We're out there having a great time, soaking up the sun, and she's taking photos on her phone. It was great. A few days later, she uploads them to Facebook. I'm scrolling through them and I see this picture of me and I just stopped. I was like, wait, is that my head? It was like someone had turned on the lights in a room that I didn't even know existed. So why does crown thinning sneak up on us like this? Your crown, the top back part of your head, is one of the most vulnerable spots for hair loss. And there's three big reasons why. Reason number one, blood flow. Think of your hair follicles like little plants in a garden. They need water, nutrients, and oxygen, but the crown is literally the farthest point from your heart. It's at the top of your head. Gravity is working against you. Blood has to fight uphill to get up there. And when blood flow is weak, your follicles starve. They shrink, they stop producing thick, healthy hair, and eventually they just quit. Reason number two, DHT. DHT is a hormone that's basically the villain in every hair loss story. It's short for dihydrotestosterone, and it's made from testosterone in your body. Now, DHT isn't bad everywhere. It's actually what gives you your deep voice, facial hair, and muscle mass. But when it attaches to the hair follicles on your scalp, especially at the crown and your hairline, it shrinks them. It's like DHT is a bully that shows up at your follicle's door and says, "You don't live here anymore." I don't know why it sounds like that. And here's the kicker: the crown has more DHT receptors than almost any other part of your scalp. So it gets hit harder and faster. Reason number three, the cowlick effect. Most guys have a natural whorl or a cowlick in their crown. It's where your hair grows in that circular pattern. And because of that, the crown is already thinner and more spread out. So when you start losing your hair up there, it shows up faster. It's like trying to hide a bald spot with a comb over that's already working overtime. Crown thinning doesn't happen overnight. It happens in stages. And knowing where you are can help you figure out what to do next. Stage one. This is the "is that a bald spot" stage. This is where you first notice it. Maybe in a photo, maybe your barber mentions it. Maybe your wife casually says, "Babe, I can see your scalp back there." At this stage, the hair is still there. It's just thinner. The follicles are shrinking, but they're not dead yet. This is the best time to do something about it because once a follicle dies, it's game over. You can't bring that bad boy back to life without a hair transplant. Stage two, the "I can't ignore this anymore" stage. Now the thinning is obvious. You can see your scalp clearly. The hair around the crown is noticeably weaker than the rest of your head. At this stage, you're probably Googling how to fix crown thinning at 11 p.m. while your wife is asleep. Don't worry, I've been there too. The good news, you can still make progress here. The follicles are miniaturized, but they're not completely gone. Stage three, the bald spot stage. This is where the crown is mostly bald. The follicles have shut down. The skin is smooth, and unless you're going the transplant route, you're looking at keeping it short or owning the bald look. And look, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if you're in stage one or stage two, you've got options and you've got time. So now you know what's happening. But what do you do about it? Let me break it down into three things that actually matter. Number one, improve blood flow to your scalp. Remember, your crown is the farthest point from your heart. So you've got to help the blood get up there. How? Scalp massage, derma stamping, even just using your fingertips and massaging your scalp for 3 to 5 minutes a day can make a difference. When you stimulate your scalp, you're increasing circulation. You're delivering oxygen and nutrients to those starving follicles. And when you pair that with something like peppermint oil or rosemary oil, you're basically giving your scalp a wake up call. Number two, block DHT naturally. You don't need finasteride. You don't need harsh chemicals that mess with your hormones and give you side effects you don't want to talk about at the dinner table. There are natural DHT blockers that actually work. Saw palmetto, pumpkin seed oil, black seed oil. These ingredients don't just sit on your scalp and look pretty. They actually interfere with the enzyme that converts testosterone into DHT at the follicle, equals less miniaturization, equals more time to keep your hair. Number three, Nourish the follicles. Your hair needs vitamins, minerals, and nutrients to grow. And if your diet is garbage, or you're stressed out of your mind, or you're not sleeping, your hair, it's going to suffer. This is where ingredients like aloe vera, castor oil, and bringrage come in. They're like a multivitamin for your scalp. And when you apply them topically, they go straight to the source. I want to talk about the mistakes that I see guys making all the time. Because if you're doing these things, you're basically working against yourself. Mistake number one, waiting too long. I get it. You don't want to believe that it's happening. You tell yourself it's just stress, or it's seasonal shedding, or maybe it's the lighting. But the longer you wait, the harder it is to reverse. Dead follicles don't come back. So if you're at stage 1 or stage 2, now is the time to act. Mistake number 2, using products inconsistently. You can't use a hair growth oil once a week and expect result. It's like going to the gym once a month and wondering why you're not jacked. Consistency is everything. If you're going to use something, use it daily, or at least 4 to 5 times a week. Mistake number 3, ignoring your scalp health. Your scalp is the foundation. If it's dry, inflamed, or clogged up with buildup, nothing's going to work. You got to keep it clean. You got to stay hydrated, and you got to stimulate it. Let's say you start today consistently. What should you expect? Weeks 1 through 2, less shedding. Your scalp feels healthier, maybe less itchy or dry. Weeks 3 to 4, you start seeing baby hairs and tiny little sprouts around the crown. They're not much, but they're there. Weeks 5 to 8, existing hair feels thicker, stronger. You're not losing as much in the shower. Month 3 and beyond, visible improvement. The crown looks fuller. You're not as self-conscious when someone's standing behind you. But here's the thing, you've got to stick with it. Hair growth is slow. It's not sexy, but it works if you're consistent. Did you know that giving your scalp a little massage can help your hair grow stronger and healthier? Let me explain how this works. When you massage your scalp, it helps more blood flow into the hair roots. Think of blood as the delivery truck for all the good stuff that your hair needs, like oxygen and nutrients. Better blood flow equals healthier, stronger hair. With better blood flow, your hair roots get everything they need to grow strong and happy. This extra blood flow also carries important nutrients like vitamins and proteins straight to your hair roots. These nutrients are like food for your hair. When your hair is well fed, they produce healthier hair strands that are thick, shiny, and strong. Now, let's talk about stress. Stress can cause hair loss because it makes your body produce too much of this hormone called cortisol. When cortisol levels are too high, it can make your hair weak. But relaxing the scalp can help you feel calm and lower your stress levels. Less stress means better hair growth. So by massaging your scalp, you're not just helping your hair grow, you're also helping yourself feel more relaxed. A simple scalp massage can make a big difference. So now that you know why scalp massage is so amazing, let's learn how to do it the right way. First, let's start with a simple fingertip massage. Use the pads of your fingers, not the nails, okay? Gently massage your scalp with small circles, okay? It should feel relaxing, not scratchy. The goal is to move your skin on your head over your skull. Is that better? This will create more blood circulation on your head, which can lead to faster hair growth. You can also use the palms of your hands. This, right here we go, just kind of grab your head right there. And same technique, you want to go in circular motions. Don't apply hard pressure, just enough to get your skin moving. Next is kneading massage. Press your fingers firmly on your scalp and move them in a kneading motion, kind of like you're kneading dough. It reminds you of those days back in working at Pizza Hut, huh? Yeah. This helps wake your hair roots and your blood flow. Now, you don't want to use too much pressure to avoid hair breakage. And lastly, if you have the hair for this, kind of like mine, you know, short but long enough to grab,
Giggity.
it's time for the hair pulling massage. That's right, hair pulling. Sexy. Take a small section of your hair and gently pull upwards. Don't pull too hard. This is not a wrestling match. It should feel like a gentle stretch for your scalp and not like that time you went to Bangkok. How often should you massage your scalp? For best results, aim for a minimum of 1 minute daily, or at least 3 to 4 times a week. If your fingers are not too sore after all that hard work, shoot for 5 to 10 minutes. Making this a regular habit can really help your hair. It's really that simple.
Stallion made, now I'm feeling divine. Confidence rising, I'm ready to shine. Wild Stallion made, yeah, it's changing the